Coming up, a Bridgewater resident fights off a man in an attempted daytime attack. We have information on how you can help a little girl getting ready for another serious operation. And Music Alley opens for another season of great music. We'll have these stories and more coming up on the Bridgewater Review. Thank you for watching our June 22nd edition of the Bridgewater Review. I'm John Luck.
And I'm Scott Olson. A Bridgewater police officer is recovering following a motorcycle accident on June 14th. According to Chief Del Monte, Officer Christopher Shaw was seriously injured during Motorcycle Week in Laconia, New Hampshire. Del Monte told the Brockton Enterprise that Shaw has, quote, got some things he'll need to overcome, but I'm hopeful they're not permanent injuries. Shaw, a resident of Rainham, has served in the Bridgewater Police Department since 1988.
The man accused of trying to kidnap a jogger was arraigned from his hospital bed on June 19th. Gordon Lyons is charged with kidnapping, indecent assault and battery, and assault and battery. According to the police report, the 57-year-old was driving down Pleasant Street on June 17th when he pulled over and tried to grab a woman running by. The jogger fought back and managed to snap a photo of his vehicle, which police later found after a car crash that followed the alleged attack. Lyons will be held without bail. According to the Brockton Enterprise, he was convicted of rape in 1978 but was not listed on the state's Sex Offender Registry Board.
A local family is asking for a simple gesture to make their daughter smile. At just 8 years old, Mary Alice has seen more than her fair share of hospitals. She's had more than 20 x-rays, gone through 3 surgeries, suffered 2 broken hips, has a hole in her heart, and cysts on her brain. Next, it's an invasive knee surgery that will require her to be in a cast and use a wheelchair for 6 weeks. It will happen in August, 5 days before her 9th birthday.
Tough. And her mom, Kelly Trida, wants to make it as special as possible. She has created a card shower for Mary Alice Trida campaign and hopes to surprise Mary Alice by making it rain with cards post-operation. She says she's a brave girl and kids shouldn't have to go through this much at a young age. I'm hoping cards from all over will help her smile while she continues recovering from surgery.
Trida will be collecting cards up until the procedure in late August. Anyone who wants to send a birthday card or to get well card is asked to send it to P.O. Box 857, Bridgewater, Mass. 02324. Bridgewater firefighters paid tribute to their fallen brothers in a ceremony on June 10th. Memorial Sunday is an annual event that takes place nationally on the second Sunday of June and serves as an opportunity to remember the lives of the fallen firefighters. 4 new firefighters were sworn in during the event: Jason Axon, Jason Anaki, Christopher McCone, and Matthew Iafredi. Captain Timothy Donovan and Lieutenants Anthony Chicolo and Glenn Grafton were sworn in as promoted officers. Senior firefighter George Hogg won the Chief Brother Levy Firefighter of the Year award.
Music Alley has opened for the summer. For the past few weeks, Bridgewater residents have been treated to free concerts in the center of town. Alicia Fortin and I were on hand for the first 2 concerts.
This little town, this little river, the woods and the farms, they're all right by me.
Music is once again filling the heart of Bridgewater.
Welcome everybody to the Music Alley.
The Friends of Music Alley kicked off their 3rd season of free public concerts on June 7th. Middleborough-based band Mountain Weekend opened the series.
Walking down Main Street, getting to know the concrete, looking for a purpose from a neon sign.
In 2016, a group of visionaries transformed the abandoned alley next to Town Hall into a place that supports the arts and brings the community together.
Happy birthday to you.
Now incorporated as a nonprofit, the Friends of Music Alley provides support and coordination of performers and others while using Music Alley.
We've had an opportunity to kind of bring something greater to the town of Bridgewater.
It's just been a great privilege working with folks who are very creative and passionate about the arts and music in particular, but then also to be around the artists and the musicians that we've been able to bring in here and provide free live music to our community.
Concerts take place every Thursday night during the summer from 5 to 8 p.m. and are fully funded through donations from the community.
We have a wide range of musical talent coming in this year.
It was very intentional for us to try to draw a wide range of folks to come enjoy the shows. We did that intentionally with recruiting the bands and the singers to come out and perform to try to draw that. And it's something we continually hope to improve upon as we move forward.
Talent this year has already included father-son team Too Cool
I know she said it's alright.
and Cahill, an acoustic duo with songs on popular shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and a residency at Faneuil Hall.
This sort of venue is right up our alley. Right up our alley.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. I'm happy to be here. It's a beautiful night, and I wouldn't prefer to be anywhere else doing anything else.
Performing in the Alley has become so popular, the Friends of Music Alley are booking into 2019.
There were plenty of bands that reached out to us and some really good ones that if we had had the time and space we would have liked to have brought in. There's a lot of talent here in our community, but then also just regionally.
The Friends of Music Alley are always welcoming volunteers and new partnerships with community members. Artists are not limited to performing only on Thursday nights. For more information or to see the schedule of performers, visit BridgewaterMusicAlley.com.
Thank you. There's a lot of talent coming to the stage this season. Let's take a look at the calendar. The Retrobates will perform on June 28th.
They're followed by well-known artists Ryan Monteblue and Sean Fournier on July 5th.
And after that, it's Jillian Dawn and Roxanne Pepe. You can find the full schedule at BridgewaterMusicAlley.com. The town is getting ready for the annual 4th of July celebration, and of course we'll have it for you covered here on BTV. The day gets started with the annual parade starting on Grove Street and eventually making its way onto Route 18 into the center. Parade steps off at 10 a.m. and we'll have it for you live on Channel 9 and online at btvaccess.com.
Over at Bridgewater State University, the Arts and Music Festival will take place featuring food, music, face painting, a petting zoo, rock climbing, and of course my personal favorite, the roaming railroad. I can imagine you put that in the script, and it's not wrong. It's not wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about, Scott. But the day culminates with the fireworks spectacular featuring one of the largest fireworks shows in the state, with a carnival and games and Uncle Sam himself spinning the tunes. For more information on the 4th, visit www.bridgewater4th.com and bridgewaterma4th.com.
Local residents are turning a beloved hobby into an opportunity to make a difference in the lives of children across the globe. Alicia Fortin has the story.
It looks like a sewing bee of days gone by, full of hope for the future. A future where every girl owns something as simple as her own dress.
It's amazing how word spreads from one to another, and that's what our hope is. When a woman comes in and learns how to make a dress, she will then go home and make 4 or 5 more.
The campaign is called Dress a Girl, run through the international organization Hope for Women. Its presence in Bridgewater is due largely to these 4 women: Evelyn DeLutis, Sue Ladd, Gail McCarthy, and Gloria Moran.
I walked into the West Bridgewater Library one day to pick up a book, and there were 2 dresses hanging there. As a lover of sewing and fabric, I had to go over and touch and look. And then I asked the librarian about the project.
Gail is the librarian Evelyn talked to.
My sister and I had both retired around the same time, and we both loved to sew. We have little girls that never had to want for a dress, and we saw all these little girls in need around the world.
Workshops are now popping up all over Bridgewater, from the United Methodist Church to the Cole Yeaton Senior Center.
People that don't sew, there's plenty for them to do as well. We have ironing, cutting, measuring, bagging the dresses, making the pockets, just coming for moral support. Every time I finish a dress, I sing "You Are My Sunshine" to it, and some women like to pray over the dresses and send good wishes that way. So even if you just come and sing about our dresses and just send that love through the dress to the little girl, we know she's going to feel it.
And if you want to learn to sew, Gail offers simple sewing lessons at the West Bridgewater Library on Tuesdays.
Aren't they the cutest?
The finished dresses come in all shapes and sizes, colors, and fabrics, though one detail remains the same: this label of love.
And it's been found that little girls wearing these dresses are not subject to predators.
We've got to protect these little girls, even if it's one at a time. That's what we're going to do.
The dresses are then hand-delivered to girls in need.
This precious little girl right here is from Haiti, and this is my cousin's wife, and he and his wife went to Haiti on a mission. They're chiropractors, and she brought down dresses for the little girls, and this just happens to be one of the ones that I made.
Donations are pouring in from the community, some with their own touching stories.
It's been really great to see other people come in. We had this gentleman, Pappy, whose wife sewed and passed away 3 years ago, and he could not go downstairs where her sewing machine and all her fabric was.
But when he saw the article, he said he knew that's what she would want him to be doing. And he brought a whole roll of this fabric, along with lace and eyelet and his wife's sewing machine.
Bridgewater State University has donated a grant to pay for new sewing machines and towards student involvement.
There's a program at the elementary school for the 5th graders, and they had never sewed before. And they took a t-shirt, put a skirt on, we assembled and put the labels on, but there were kids that had never sewed in their life before, and they did a great job. We got 13 dresses from them.
And there's a lot of love that goes into the making of these dresses as well. So we think about the little girls who are going to be the recipients of these and probably have never had a new dress, perhaps, in their life.
Thanks, Leisha. When we return, beginning a new chapter in their academic lives.
Each and every one of you hold the keys to your success and happiness.
How the BR District sent middle schoolers off for high school.
And we go under the sea with a preview of this year's play at Bridgewater State.
Why do you think your mommy or daddy are always telling you, don't put that in your mouth? Let's find out.
Hi, kids. Why are we on television anyway? We're here to tell a little story about why you shouldn't put things into your mouth when you don't know what they are. But you can help me sing a song about eating things that don't belong inside you. Okay. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Don't stuff it in your face. Remember, boys and girls, don't put it in your mouth.
Always ask someone you love before you put anything in your mouth.
Hi. I'm State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski. Children are no match for fire. Children as young as 2 have started fires with lighters. Keep matches and lighters out of children's reach. Keep them on your person or in a high or locked cabinet. Never allow children to play with matches or lighters. Teach children not to touch matches and lighters, that they are tools for grown-ups only. Teach them to tell an adult when they see them. When they do, praise them and promptly move the matches and lighters to a safe place.
The high school held its second graduation ceremony in 3 weeks. This time it was for the 8th graders at Bridgewater Middle School, moving on to the next stage of their academic career.
Ms. Bastoni, Ms. Mazzetti, and your teachers have informed me that you have all fulfilled your academic responsibilities and are now eligible for promotion to the 9th grade. With that, I would like to offer my congratulations to all of you on a job very well done.
Superintendent Derek Swenson spoke to the students who will be entering high school and reminded them that their future is built on their past and to not forget about it when moving on to high school.
As you begin preparing for this new and exciting journey, my advice to you this evening is simple. Although it is imperative to begin focusing on your future, please remember that it's also important at times to reflect upon your past and from where in which you have come.
8th grader Taylor Escudero took to the stage and reminded her classmates that this is just one chapter of their book, but their book isn't complete yet.
All it can do is remind me of how short our time together is. However, I would not like myself or any of you out there to think of this year as an ending. We are still young and still have so much more life to experience. We are not even close to the end of this book, just ending a small chapter. In the grand scheme of things, this moment right now is only the beginning, and I cannot wait to go through the next 4 years with my fellow classmates. This journey that we are on right now is not over, and there is no reason to feel as though this is the end to your story. If you keep one simple idea in mind, you are the author of your own book, so go ahead, create your own story.
BR School Committee member Jason Hammond and BMS Principal Lynn Bastoni also spoke, telling students that some of their most important decisions they make over the next 4 years will affect them for the rest of their lives, and to enjoy the experiences they'll see during the next stage of their academic career.
Gain experiences. Learn how to be on a team. Learn how to rise and fall together. Play an instrument. Try out for a play. Get involved with student government. Find something outside of academia that makes you happy. And learn your timing. Learn your role. Know your importance. Know your peers. Be respectful to them. Thank them and remember them. They will build you as well. Make new friends. Be kind to old ones. Recognize that you are not defined indefinitely by who you were in middle school. Be open, be daring, be inclusive.
You will find yourself thinking of bigger things, such as what career path you may want to follow and what kind of future you hope to have. Your worlds will become larger. You will have big decisions to make, decisions that will impact the rest of your lives. Your friends go one way, you know it's wrong. Do you do what is right or follow along? Listen to your heart and you will learn which way to go, which way to turn. The voices of choices running through my mind. When two paths diverge, if you take the wrong one, learn from your mistakes and then move on. It's not always easy to do what is right, so keep your values in sight. For whoever you are or whoever you may be, your decisions determine your destiny. So class of 2018, as we send you on your way, remember these words and that it is up to you to make your life happy and rewarding. Each and every one of you hold the keys to your success and happiness. Go ahead now, unlock the door to your future.
Congratulations to the new grads. Now, before the students cross the stage in the next chapter of their lives, 2 of them were recognized for their academic achievement and positive citizenship.
Amy Henriquez and Alex Shockley were honored alongside 7th graders Braden Hackett and Jack Porter during the school's final Student of the Month celebration of the academic year.
And we have an update on the Mitchell Elementary School project. BR is currently in the feasibility study phase of the Massachusetts School Building Authority process. The district has recently hired Daedalus Projects, Inc. as the owner's project managers, and pending contract negotiations, Raymond Designs Associates as the architectural firm.
The Family Performing Arts Center is gearing up to bring you a spectacular performance Under the Sea. The hardworking cast continues preparing this play that takes after the popular movie The Little Mermaid. And although the audience will recognize the characters and storyline, the cast and director tells us that you may learn more about the characters as well.
A lot of the same story elements to it, but it's a little more fleshed out. There's some other characters that kind of got glossed over in the movie, maybe have some more time, some more songs to sing actually, and it actually kind of adds to the experience. If you're familiar with the movie, you might actually get more than you think you're going to get.
They definitely deal with the plot a little differently in the show, I've found. Especially at the very end, the conflict kind of gets resolved in a very different way, which is really interesting. But in general, I would say the feel and the characters are very, very similar.
The show is meant for all audiences, including the younger fans, who will have an opportunity to see their favorite Little Mermaid characters in real life. And for director-choreographer Dory Bryan-Ployer, they are an audience she thinks about when putting the show together.
When I'm working a scene or when I'm working a song or a dance, I'm always keeping the children in mind, because children are your hardest audience. If they like you, they will stay with you, and if they don't, you'll know it very quickly. So we have actors that are actually going to be going through the aisles and interacting with the children so that they feel included in the story.
Meeting the kids is absolutely wonderful. I did Mary Poppins here too, and that's something that BSU really make sure that they are inclusive of all of the kids after, with the meet and greets that we do at the end of the show, and they come up and they get to see their favorite Disney characters up close. And it's just, like, I know myself as a kid would have loved that, so it's just so heartwarming to be able to meet the kids.
And you can be a part of their world by attending performances of The Little Mermaid at Bridgewater State University during the weekends of July 13th through the 15th and 20th through the 22nd. Both weekends, the Friday show starts at 7 p.m., Saturday is a double feature at 2 and 7 p.m., and the Sunday matinee begins at 2 p.m., so you'll be home before bedtime.
You certainly don't want to miss it, and count yourself among those poor, unfortunate souls. To your health now. Stress is all too common in the workforce, but research is showing that it could actually do some real damage. Mary Evers has more.
Many people experience stress at work, some more than others. New research has suggested that long-term job strain can be deadly, especially for men with heart disease, diabetes, or at risk for stroke. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Haitham Ahmed was not involved in this study, but says results show that stress on the job can really take its toll.
People who had more job strain were dying prematurely, and the contribution of stress at your job was higher than even high blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity, and physical inactivity. It was actually only second to smoking.
In this study, researchers looked at job strain that had been recorded in 7 European studies and tracked more than 100,000 people for about 14 years. They defined job strain as having a demanding job with little control. The results showed that men with heart disease, stroke, or diabetes who reported high job strain had 68% greater risk of early death when compared to men without job strain. According to the study, even men who have a healthy lifestyle and controlling risk factors like high blood pressure and high cholesterol still had a higher risk of premature death if they had chronic stress at work.
It just goes to show you that we can't only think about treating a blood pressure or treating a cholesterol, because even treating those things didn't mitigate the risk that came from job-related stress throughout the years. And so we have to think more comprehensively about all the things that contribute to cardiovascular disease.
Dr. Ahmed said it's important to think about how much time you spend at work and to consider your mental state over a long period of time. He encouraged people with cardiovascular disease to seek out cardiac rehabilitation programs that incorporate stress reduction as well as counseling to reduce their risk of premature death. As the official health center of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Clinic did something special to celebrate their team's run in the NBA Finals. All newborns born at the clinic during the Cavs' final run were given onesies that said, "Born in the land, whatever it takes," referencing the t-shirts that were given out at Quicken Loans Arena during the playoffs. Though the Cavs' finals run was brief, the babies that were born during this time have a fun keepsake for the rest of their lives. For Bridgewater Review, I'm Mary Evers.
So the cool thing those kids can learn, Scott, their first words can be broom or sweet, because that's all they're going to have to remember from this past finals run. Or, you know, they can get their discount LeBron jersey on the racks that Cleveland's going to set on fire when he goes to Los Angeles, but, you know. To today's tech, there may be a new #1 social networking for teens between the ages of 13 and 17. According to a survey from the Pew Research Center, usage of Facebook among those ages has dropped 20% from 3 years ago. According to the survey, 85% of teens spend their time on Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, and it has a usage rate of 72%. Snapchat comes in third at 69%. The survey also says something that many might already know. About 45% of teens spend their time online almost constantly, while 44% say they go online several times a day. Coming up, Bridgewater State Baseball gets a new head coach, and the Rock season is underway, and we'll have your news and notes for the week coming up next.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Are your kids looking to have fun this summer? Register for the annual Bridgewater Recreational Summertime Program. For kids and tweens ages 5 to 12 can participate in a wide range of activities and events each day and explore the community around them and what it has to offer. We promote a goal for children's participation, friendship, and the respect of others. Themed events from June to August will include a variety of games, arts and crafts, town visits, and much more. Registration is affordable and scheduling and offerings are flexible and can include a full and partial weeks. Register now for the Bridgewater Summer Recreational Summertime Program, where there's fun in the sun.
I'm Woodsy Owl with a bird's eye view of America's beautiful schools, playgrounds, and parks. But look what happens when grown-ups and kids don't give a hoot about pollution.
But
Woodsie, what can we do about litter? And vandalism!
Just spread the word. Give a hoot. Don't pollute. And if you see litter, please pick it up. Because if you don't give a hoot, who will?
In the city or in the woods, please keep America looking good. Hoot, hoot.
Welcome back to Bridgewater Review. I'm Brian Berard with your sports update. Well, the spring sports season has wrapped up at BR as the two teams that did make their respective sectional tournaments have been eliminated. The boys lacrosse team lost to Needham at home 15-9 in the first round, while the softball team lost to the Cinderella team, Bishop Feion, 7-0 in the quarterfinals. BR did win against New Bedford 3-0 in the first round. Moving on to Bridgewater State now, the Bears have announced that Greg Zackerson will be the new baseball coach, replacing Rick Smith, who is retiring. Zackerson is a 1996 graduate of Bridgewater Rainham and spent 12 years under Tom Brazell at Massasoit and 4 years under Pat Bowen at Division II Stonehill. The Brockton Rocks have got out to a hot start early this season, but have cooled off lately, going 5-5 in their last 10, which puts them 3 back against first-place team Martha's Vineyard. Virginia commit Zach Geloff leads the Rocks this year with a .471 average, and MIT junior Matt Johnston leads the team with RBIs and 15, also leads the team in home runs with 2. Don't forget you can see the Rocks take on the Worcester Bravehearts on BTV when they play them Monday night at Campanelli in the annual National Night Out for Recovery game. And finally, Brockton firefighter and U.S. Mid-Amateur champion Matt Parziali finished tied for the low amateur at the U.S. Open this past week at Shinnecock Hills. Parziali also competed at the Masters tournament this past April in Augusta. That's all for sports. John and Scott, back to you.
Bridgewater families were treated to a special night out at Crispy's last month. The restaurant closed its doors to the public and invited families affected by autism for a judgment-free night. The event was so well received that Crispy's will hold another on Monday, July 9th.
Central Square Congregational Church is holding a golf tournament at Old Scotland Links on Friday, July 27th at 8 a.m. The cost covers a round of golf, a cart, lunch, and more, plus there are prizes for longest drive and closest to the pin. For more information, call 508-697-6016 or email office@csccucc.com. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to the Bridgewater Food Pantry. Glad to see I kept up with all the C's.
Bridgewater State University is offering a one-week course for students entering grades 6 through 12 this fall. The program allows the students to work as scientists and learning about the foundations necessary for further scientific exploration. Courses include forensics, marine biology, archaeology, and more. The course is held in the Dana Moeller Faria and Math Center at BSU. For more information, you can visit the link on the bottom of the screen or call 508-531-2575.
You can create your own special C-Scrape view at the Public Library on June 26th at 6:30. There's no age limit for this class, and your experience level doesn't matter as it's all about the fun. The cost is $40 per person, with a portion of the cost benefiting future programs to be held at the library. Registration and payment is required in advance, and you can reserve your spot online at the website on the bottom of your screen. That's all the time we have at this edition of the Bridgewater Review.
Next up is our special 4th of July edition of the program. Lots of BTV volunteers and alums coming out to cover the big day, and we hope you'll join us for that fun day.
In the meantime, we'll have updates online on our Facebook page and at btvaccess.com. I'm John Luck.
And I'm Scott Olson. Thanks for watching.